Hi, my name is Sarah Narwald, and I'm critiquing Robert's characterization assignment today. Early on, you mentioned Scott has no discernible accent, and I kind of, contrary to popular belief, everyone has an accent, even in the Midwest. Is he from Indiana? Somewhere else? I'm just trying to imagine how he might sound, so you might want to be a little bit more specific on, if he doesn't have a very obvious, Southern accent or something like that, at least he has some type of slight accent. And you also say he has a slight draw to his voice. I'm not quite sure what you meant, like a Southern draw. Try to be more specific with that also. Usually when people say draw, I tend to think of a Southern draw, but I'm just not quite 100% sure what you mean. And you also say he hangs on each word a tad longer than expected. Like do you mean he really separates each word out or talks slowly? Again, I'm just not quite sure what you mean, and as the reader, I would want to be able to picture how he sounds without having had met him, so just maybe be a little bit more specific. There is a sentence in your assignment where you say, though his voice rarely trails, it does crackle and dissipate under the weight of his sleepy baritone. I love the description, but I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say with this sentence. So you may want to try to reword it a little bit, just because I was kind of not sure what voice you were exactly going for. I like that you include his daily run. That's important. That's a good part of his character, especially if that's something he does every day. I was just kind of wondering what time of day he does it. I would think early, since you said he works at noon and he works 15 to 16-hour shifts. But is it still dark outside? Is the sun just peeking up over the horizon? And this would also help with characterization by helping the reader understand if he's a morning person or not. So I think that'd be good to be just a little bit more descriptive in what time in the morning that he's running, just so we can get another glimpse at his character. There's a line that ends with like Tom Waits or Sammy Davis Jr. of Snuff. I'll be honest, I didn't quite get the reference, so you may want to use more common people perhaps, depending on your intended audience, and maybe I'm the only person who didn't get the reference, which is possible. But you may want to think about that too, just depending on who your audience is, to make sure that they would get the reference that you're going for. Another solid characterization you use is when he's opening the tobacco lid and getting it out. You mentioned that he expertly does this, so we know that he smokes it a lot, so that's good characterization to show that, that's something that is part of his daily life, and you definitely showed it and didn't tell it by the way he opened it and, using the word expertly, so good job on that. I think maybe a little bit less focus on the tobacco would have been good, though. I mean, like I just said, it shows a habit, which shows character, and obviously that's good, but you spend a lot of time on the tobacco when I think you could maybe delve into other parts of his character. I know this was only a short excerpt of the overall story, so maybe you'll be showing more later, but I would just try not to get too wrapped up into just the tobacco and just showing that one character trait. That way you are able to show more, so that'd be good. You did insert yourself into this assignment again, but I think it was just the right amount. Readers know you're present when you use I a few times, and you're not over-mentioned in a way that would detract from the scene at hand. Like, I knew you were there, but it wasn't like constantly on my mind, oh, Robert's here with Scott too. But you did a good job of making sure, like, we know you're there, you witnessed all this happening, so we know that it's, not a reconstructed scene. So good job on that. Overall, you have some solid characterization of Scott that you use throughout your assignment. I know it's hard to do. I have struggled with it too, but you have a good start here. Hopefully, between Professor Massey's comments and mine, you can improve on characterization even more, and I hope these comments, as well as my written comments, are helpful for you moving forward for this assignment. So good luck on editing this assignment, and I look forward to reading your next piece. Thanks.